Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Jey Uso turns heel?
Ooh, Maven reveals a side of Tony Khan we fans don't get to see.
Wardlow is injured again.
And a top WWE star considered outside options before re-signing. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Happy new AFI day to all you who celebrate. New single is, oh my goth.
Yeah.
Oh my goth is all I'm saying. Right, let's go. Let's talk about Jey Uso.
Yeet.
Big heel turn teasers on Raw last night. He was really rude, wasn't he? He was really nasty and unpleasant to LA Knight and Jimmy.
Yeah, it's your brother.
Really rude. So they opened the show. They're building, obviously, to this WrestlePalooza tag team match between the Usos and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Braun and Braun.
The two Bronnies.
Two Braun, as they're known. The two Bronnies. Gee whiz. Half our audience won't have a clue what that's a reference to. But that makes it fun. They're building to that. In ring, the Usos started it off. Braun and Braun came down, yada, yada, yada. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. LA Knight, who's had beef with the Vision as well, he came out. He attacked the Brawns. The Usos helped him, but there was a bit of miscommunication.
They also took their time in helping him.
They did. They were very hesitant in doing so. But there was some communication. Let's go with that. There was some communication between Jey and LA Knight in particular. This led to Jey getting squashed in the corner by Bronson Reed, and they had a bit of an argument to close, Jey and Knight. So, a bit of tension there. They were obviously in the same four-way for the title recently. Later, there's a talkie backstage segment with AJ Styles. I almost said Lee there because she's back. And Dragon Lee. So it is kind of AJ Lee in some ways.
Yes, technically. That could be their tag team.
Yeah, they're having a little chat backstage. Jimmy comes up. He's all friendly, slaps their hands. He's like, hey, have you seen Jey? And they're like, we've not seen Jey. Coincidentally, he walks about a meter and there's Jey.
There he is.
Yeah, he's right there. Jay's like walking around. He's looking all moody. He's dressed to leave. He's got his bag, all of this stuff. Jimmy's like, where you going? He says, I'm out, man. They have a bit of an argument. Jimmy wants them to stick around and help LA Knight in his match with Bronson Reed later on. Jay's like, that's not our problem. They get into a big disagreement. Jay's talking about trying to get his world title back, and this isn't going to help him do that. And he said, to kind of close his part of the argument off, we're going to make sure they all acknowledge us, or we're going to smash them all.
Smash them, stack them.
Tight pause there, just in case you don't know what that's a reference to. Jimmy explained it for you. He said, you're not sounding like yourself, Oos. Kind of sound like Roman. And Jey said, maybe sounding like myself ain't working. Ooh. Later on, LA Knight and Bronson Reed had their match. It was won by Bronson Reed, but the afters are what's important here. The Brawns started kicking the crap out of LA Knight very rudely. The Usos ran down for the save. Breaker kind of cut them up a little bit. Jimmy came down first. Sorry, he got taken care of by Braun. Then Jey came down and Braun Breaker speared him as well. Knight attacked the Brawns. He got a chair. He chased them off. Got rid of them. Knight helped Jimmy to his feet. And Jey suddenly ran back in the ring and speared LA Knight.
Yes!
He said, now we're even, or something along those lines. Dancing on the other side of the face-heel alignment scale. We don't know if it'll turn into a full-on turn as of yet. Obviously, they could swing back. It's a very fluid system these days. But it's interesting because he is one of the most crowd interaction-y beloved people in WWE. They do the encore, and they did it last night. They did it last night on the same show where he's turning heel and he does his little... I don't have the rhythm to pull that off. But yeah, really interesting development. Heel Usos, what do you reckon? Or do you, a passing phase?
I'm excited to see where this goes. I'd be intrigued to see what a heel Jey Uso looks like and how that entrance changes, like you say. The noise was so funny when he speared LA Knight, because you could sort of see it coming the way they were setting it up. It was like LA Knight was completely focused on Jimmy Uso and then just turned around, wham, from Jey Uso. And the noise wasn't like cheers or booing. It was just like, oh, what?
Yeah, what have you done? Which is a perfect reaction.
So I'm going to be intrigued to see what happens at WrestlePalooza, obviously, with that tag match. There's been a lot of it's sort of an official reunion of the Usos, despite the fact they've been working like as a three with Jacob Fatu and doing loads of stuff on the house circuit as well. But after that, why not? I mean, let's be honest, Jey Uso's not winning the world title back as a babyface anytime soon. I'm not saying he should win it back as a heel necessarily, but intriguing to see what he does next. Yeah, it could be fun, this.
Yeah, I agree. They've been great as heels in the past. Like, I loved their run in like 2016, 2017 when they got the current music, well, different version obviously, but the Down Since Day One-ish. I love that run when they were like battle rapping in their promos almost. They were dropping these lines.
Jimmy was great on the mic last night.
He was really good, really good. He can be tremendous.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to like character stuff and acting stuff. My one worry coming out of this segment was, oh no, are they building to Jimmy versus Jey 2? Which is not something...
With the roles flipped.
Yeah, which is not something we need. But I think the most interesting part of this will be seeing if they do turn, how the crowd react to them. Because wrestling, WWE specifically, is very like... Crowds are primarily there because they want to feel part of a movement rather than like cheating the faces and booing the bad guys, right? We saw it with the recent Money in the Bank cash-ins. Both of them were overtly heel moves, but people pop like baby faces because it's like WWE crowds are a different dynamic.
Fans still seeing Seth's entrance.
Exactly. How do you get people to not go yeet when Jey comes down? I have no idea.
Ooh, we've already had no yeet. That's already done.
Exactly. Have to change the music.
I know what they need to do. They need to bring back that "Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary," and then they say "Lockdown," and then those bars appear on the screen. Do you remember when they did that for like 2 weeks?
Yeah, that was like peak 2010s WWE.
Yeah.
We've got a cool thing here. How do we make it impossibly lame? Put some prison bar. By the way, right? I should clarify something. You can see a little bit of a flag.
Oh yeah.
Right? This is not something we're painting on roundabouts. This is a lovely banner that Adam's wife very kindly painted for. So we're just so you know, we're not going out and sabotaging roundabouts. News, just in case.
And there's still time to donate to Andy's brilliant cause as well.
Yes,
if you want to.
yes.
All over his socials.
We're not crazy roundabout painters here.
This is if you can just see this one. It's just Sunderland theme for Hamper, basically, even if you can't.
Yeah, well, the English flag is famously red and white stripes. So, anyway. What are we talking?
We're talking about a side to Tony Khan wrestling fans don't usually get to see. The wonderful Maven has been posting some great stuff. Not just recently, for quite some time now. You should check out his YouTube channel.
Sorry.
He does some great stuff. And a couple of months back, he posted a video talking about his backstage visit at AEW. And he tells great stories about chatting to people like Thunder Rosa and Billy Gunn and what have you. And he was on the Ariel Helwani show recently and talked about the backstage environment in AEW and shed some light on some interesting things that we don't really get to see a lot of, saying, that environment seemed like a good place to work. Great vibes, and Tony Khan seemed like the best boss to work for. I know he gets a lot of critics online. I sat and I watched. They were about 30 minutes away from ending the show. My contact told me that Tony wants to meet with you. He just has to wait until the show is over. So I sat and watched Tony for 30 minutes, and every wrestler that came out of that ring, he got up from the producing chair, took his headphones off, and made sure everyone was healthy and happy with the match they just had. You can tell when someone cares as opposed to when someone's just going through the motions. He cares. I left him and I told him to his face, you have changed my perception on what I thought you were. Everyone that I talked to seemed to be happy there and seemed happy with the product they were putting out. This is just a nice story to hear about. Tony Khan, obviously has a great relationship with his wrestlers, and it isn't for show, basically.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of stuff gets said about Tony Khan and any person of power in the wrestling industry. Online, I think it's quite important to balance that out sometimes. And Maven is I find him a very engaging talker.
It's fascinating, yeah.
I really like his YouTube channel. I really like the direction he is taking, not to pit anyone against each other, but the direction he is taking it is very refreshing compared to some former wrestlers.
I'm picturing one in my head, and I'm going to say it after we finish recording this, and I think we're going to agree.
Yeah, I think we are. I think Kyle Fletcher's absolutely great. It isn't missing anything at all. But yeah, no, it's nice. Also, like, Ariel Helwani has been very critical of Tony in the past. He's not an AEW fan, which is fine. He can like what he likes. But he's criticised Tony in the past. He's had CM Punk on and stuff like that. And I saw Tony replying to the clip from the show where he was like, hey, Ariel, thanks for showing. That's good of you to show it. So good. Like, this is just nice overall. Maven rules. I'd love to do something with Maven at some point.
Yeah,
actually. Maybe
me
there's
too.
some kind of crossover we can do there.
WrestleMania next year.
Yes, show up, Maven. That sounds like a threat.
We challenge him to a match. Handicap match, me and him.
I did. We'd get destroyed. I did see him say as well, like, he can't watch wrestling because he finds it too difficult because he's not wrestling anymore. And it's like that just makes your heart grow, doesn't it? Poor guy. But yeah, love Maven, love his content, and say what you will about Tony Khan and his wrestling promotion. We don't know him, obviously, but like it does sound that he prioritizes looking after his employees in a lot of ways. So.
Yeah, and it can be a blessing and a curse being that close to the talent, but I think for the most part, as you can see here, it just fosters a great environment backstage.
Yeah.
And it's just it's one of those things where we grow. And this isn't a them and them thing either, by the way. But we've all seen the clips of like people walking back through the curtain when Vince was there, for example, and being like, "How was me nearly dying out there, Vince?" And he's just like,
Yeah, Kevin Owens.
yeah, that's the one that always sticks in my head.
He's like, "Rrr."
Was that okay? No. Oh, cool. Way to break a wrestler's heart.
Yeah, great stuff. That's my whole week ruined.
Maybe check he's all right.
Yeah.
Just fell on his back for 20 minutes.
Yeah, wellness checks are welcome. It's funny though, like you hear you hear Maven's story, and then the Jake Hager one from the other week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Tony Khan stormed into the meeting and told him and Sting they were going to be getting a 6-man tag on the 0 hour.
I like when he said stormed into the meeting. I now picture that clip we saw recently of Tony Khan running.
Yeah,
He ran into the room. Yeah. 6-man tag.
Yeah,
0 hour.
Sting, you mother effer! You disrespectful.
It's gonna be great.
It's time for you to go back to real estate, Steve. Could be fun.
Take that stupid head off, Jake.
Yeah. I like more stories like that.
Yeah, more of this sort of thing.
Like wrestlers. Now, I want the balance. I want the nice stories and the psychotic.
Yeah, I want the chaos too, actually. Yeah. I've changed my mind.
I want stories about Triple H telling Roman Reigns that he's going to be earning $5 an hour or something like that.
Sucked.
Yeah. Hey, Roman, that match was terrible, pal. You're on NXT duty for the week. House show loop. Boom.
That would be an upgrade.
Yeah, it would.
NXT's the best.
Let's be honest. He gets to go to NXT and work Tony D'Angelo. There you go.
Well, not for much longer.
Oh, no. He's about to be a member of the Vision.
Oh, please. Please.
What that stable really needs is a murderous mobster.
Exactly. It's what they're missing.
You know who, speaking of these crazy leaders.
I'm intrigued to see how you make this segue.
Well, that's not even a segue. Do you know who wrestling promotions should hire?
Who?
That guy from Nottingham Forest.
Just before I went to bed last night. What's going on Twitter? He's done what? It's like my money's been on Graham Potter from the start of the season to go first. Poor Nuno.
This guy.
I like that guy.
Did you see Morgan?
Not the Forest bloke.
Did you see Morgan Gibbs White's re-signing video?
Hostage video.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Thank you so much, sir, for the contract.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Do you remember see that video back in the day when he's like, "Hi everybody, this is my birthday, and I get to introduce you to my girlfriend," and she's just like, "Yep, here I am."
Yep, I'm paid to be here. Shout out to Nottingham Forest guy. He's entertaining.
Yeah.
He's entertaining. Wardlow!
Oh, man, I forgot about what this story was.
He's injured again. Reporting from Fightful Select coming through last night stating that Wardlow has been injured. He's obviously just returned from a long absence. Now he is believed to have torn his pec, according to AEW sources. His torn pectoral muscle, this will sideline him for a while, obviously. Cody Rhodes was out for ages with that. Obviously,
he worked through it initially like a maniac.
Yeah, it was like a horror show with the bruised up, chest. It was. I don't advocate working through it, obviously, but also I'm not a wrestler, so what do I know?
Yeah,
added to the drama of the match.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Now, apparently, this might have actually taken place when he returned the other week. His big return angle, obviously, to come back after all this time away and link up with the Don Callis family and all of this stuff. Kill Prince Nana in front of Swerve, who was already just goosed at this stage. This sucked. So he was actually cleared a couple of months ago, but he was held off TV so he could do the American Gladiators thing. Talent are bummed because Wardlow's had so many setbacks over the years, especially when it comes to injuries. He'd been waiting so long to get back onto TV. So it's a bummer. It's a real bummer. Yeah,
real devastating news. This, like you say, we saw happen at Forbidden Door, and then like the next couple of Dynamites, I was a bit like, "Where's Wardlow?"
Yeah,
he's literally just come back. Everyone's really excited to see him again. This obviously explains it away, especially if he did it in his return. Maybe they were hoping that it wasn't as serious as initially feared, but yeah, torn pectoral muscle, that might mean he's out for the rest of the year, if not more perhaps. But yeah, we wish him well in his recovery, and this, tribalism and all that, you just want wrestlers to be able to wrestle, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And he's just had so many false dawns, and like, sometimes it's been creative. I don't think they fully capitalized on the heat that he had, or the overness he had coming out of the MJF feud. But like injuries and stuff cannot be accounted. It's just they just happen sometimes. And like a torn pec is a total freak incident.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you have pec muscles, which I don't, you're probably more susceptible than a dweeb like me.
I was going to say, I don't know why you're looking at me.
Yeah.
Either.
Here he is, the biggest chest in the West. That's what they call him, as we live in the northeast of England. So yeah, best wishes to Big Mike.
Yeah.
That's a cursed nickname, isn't it? Michael Wardlow,
yes.
I believe is his full name. So good luck. Best wishes.
Hopefully he's back, and hopefully they still have big plans for him when he returns. Because he's undoubtedly one of the most eye-catching wrestlers in terms of just like the airport. Jesus, look at the size of that bloke.
I thought when his return angle, this is going to sound so superficial, but in his return angle, I saw he had the top knot back. I was like, the aura's back.
Yeah, it was
the vibe
weird,
is back, baby. The vibe is back. So when you come back, Wardlow, keep the top knot.
Absolutely.
It rules. It's good.
Absolutely, keep that. But no doubt, Wardlow feeling pretty flat after getting that injury diagnosis. Speaking of flat, AJ Styles. It's been reported over the weekend, you may have seen this news, that he signed a 1-year extension following a foot injury with WWE, which means he's going to be there February, basically. So he's going to be there for the Rumble. Probably might be gone, if they stick to this, before WrestleMania. But this isn't to say he hasn't thought about what he's going to do outside of WWE. Multiple sources telling the takedown on SI that prior to re-signing this 1-year deal with WWE, Styles did put feelers out about potential options outside the company. And it's interesting to note that he's generating major interest on the convention circuit from promoters, and that the interest was mutual. So he was keen on looking more into this. No word on whether he's interested for wrestling for other promotions. He's obviously done stuff with TNA as part of Slammiversary. Hopefully we get to see slightly more of that in this year that he's got left with WWE with their connections.
Him and Leon Slater would be really cool.
Oh, yes, please. Now, obviously, you can't mention this without thinking about potentially a jump to AEW. No word on whether or not there was feelers and responses with regards to that, but you've got to expect that that may well happen if he decides to depart ways with WWE at the end of this contract. But yeah, not a real surprise that people are keen to see him on the circuit outside of WWE, but interesting that he thought, no, let's see what's out there before I just put pen to paper on another year.
Yeah, for sure. Not to stoke the fires of tribalism, I think he should leave, personally. So this is based totally on me. It's totally selfish, right? So when I think of AJ Styles, and I think of the wonderful career he's had in WWE, coming up on 10 years. He's had
10 years, isn't it, for the Rumble? Yeah.
Great run, some great rivalries, world champion, all of that stuff. Great debut in the Royal Rumble.
Awesome tag team with Omos.
Fantastic, my favourite, personally.
I love that.
He's had a great run. He's
done it all, basically, hasn't he?
Basically, he's done it all. When I look at AJ Styles, and I think at this stage in his career, what are the most exciting matches that I've never seen before? I think they were in other companies, and that's why I would quite like him to flee the coop. Now, obviously, he posted that egg timer thing with his logo in it to Instagram, and I think his son replied to someone who was complaining about the booking or something like that, which is quite fun.
Yeah.
For me personally,
he also cut that promo on Raw last night. Did you see that? In the ad
yes,
break?
Yeah. It's like, what's going on
He's
here?
like, someone, Gallows and Anderson on here, Meechin's on SmackDown. Someone doesn't want me to succeed, basically.
It was too sweet in the lamp that controls the earth. But yeah, no, I think he's a legacy wrestler, obviously.
A legend, yeah.
I love AJ Styles. I think ultimately he should do what makes him happy and not what I think. Not that stupid. But I imagine he's probably financially set wherever he goes.
Oh yeah, this is his money years, wasn't it, in WWE?
Yeah, he's probably fine. He's probably cool.
Deserved it for the time he spent in TNA and did not get what he deserved, in my opinion.
Exactly. So I would like to see AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega, AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay, AJ Styles versus Yota Tsuji, or my new favorite wrestler, John, I don't know who that is.
Silver.
Isaiah Cassidy. Well, he's probably going to WWE.
Yeah,
mate,
so he doesn't need to go anywhere.
Yeah,
but the other match, of course, would be... no, that's Ricky Starks. He's with WWE.
We need to update this, don't we?
It's the big match.
Daniel Garcia.
Okay.
I thought I said Lily. I mean, that would be great, to be fair. Who have you got?
Adam Copeland.
Oh,
I was in the arena for that at WrestleMania, and
No more of those.
I'll say that's not top of my list for AJ
Yeah.
Styles matches. Yeah, you want to see Ospreay. You want to see him work with the Bucks.
Yeah, I want to,
Like yeah.
go over to New Japan, work with some of the young guns they've got over there. Go to CMLL, why not?
Work Simon Miller.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
That is like the polar opposite, isn't it, in terms of hair versus no hair?
Yeah, yeah.
Flowing,
Luxurious.
soccer mom hair locks.
Luxurious locks, and then bald.
That's what they should have. They should have not a hair versus hair match, the opposite. So Miller has to get hair implants and Styles gets his head shaved bald.
AJ, get him.
Just putting it out there, AJ.
He books the flight to Turkey, and that's like the plane ticket is on a pole. That's how it is.
Saw someone when I flew back from Paris. There was someone in the queue who had a very, how can I put this, pockmarked head who was just like, don't touch it!
Yeah, yeah. I think it's funny when someone in the public eye does it.
Yeah.
And like suddenly they're just wearing caps all the time, and it's like, hey, like my new.
What's going on up there?
Like my new hat that I got for no reason.
I shouldn't have a go. It'll be me soon enough on the news. Hi guys, it's the news. Me, old cap wearing Wilbur.
Shout outs, by the way, to the wrestler who replied to me over last week when I said AEW has assembled a wrestler of beautiful bald men. It really is lovely to see. Wrestler replied saying bald men discuss them, but that wrestler's had some interesting procedures conducted in
I
their
haven't
scalp.
seen this. I'm going to go and look this up.
So that's an interesting, fun one. But yeah, it's fun.
That's a little bit of homework for you.
A bit of banter.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on today's news. If you enjoyed this, you're probably going to like this video. It's a bunch of Attitude Era factoids.
Loads of him.
It's a big, beefy beast of a
Give it a click.
video. And I'll see you tomorrow. No,
Bye.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.